Welcome everyone. Today I have come up with three once again brand new endgame puzzles from the endgame table base. So as we know, the endgame is very important because where you need 100% of your accuracy. To study the endgame is really crucial to improve and enhance your endgame skill. Starting with our first puzzle on the board, we can see this is a pawn game with 6 pawns from black sides and 5 pawns from the white side. Now it is white to play and draw the game. Very important, if you want to solve the puzzle, just pause the video and come back after a while you get your solution. Alright, let's begin the solution. So congrats if you have find the right answer in this position. Alright, let me tell you first, to draw this game, it is very important to be with the king on the b5, and if you know what is the opposition is, white wants to go inside one of the square and white might stay on b5 as long as the black's king move one of the side. So for that, as you know, opposition is very important. It's count with zugzwang, so white must start with the little waiting move pawn to a3. And after f3, black also try to stay with the king on b7 and make sure that white king somehow go backwards. So black will also can try pawn to h6, but white is very careful and can replay back with pawn to a4. And after pawn a4, still black is not making any pawn king moves, and white also do the same, and white play either h3 or even f3 is fine. And now see, now black is out of the pawn, and in chess, as you know, there is a concept called zugzwang. So when a player is in zugzwang, you can either infiltrate their position with your king, or you can prophylaxis their king infiltration. So here black has to give up one of the square by moving a7 to c7. If king goes to c7, white can access to the a6 square, and if black goes to the a7 square, white can access to the c6 square. Now after, let's say king to c7 and white access here to a6, and after king c6, very important, you cannot make any pawn moves. If you make, then b5, black is winning. So we have to play once again a waiting move and put black in zugzwang is pawn to f3, and now this is dead draw. None of the player can move any single pawn because all the pawns are covered by the white pawn. So black has to go back to c7, and white will continue chasing the king with a zugzwang effect. If king c8, of course king will capture the pawn on b6, it's a winning. So king c6, king a6, king c7, king a7, and it will be a draw by 3 full repetition. Coming to the next puzzle is with this exciting pawn endgame. Once again you can see this position with a passed pawn on the d file, and it is white to play and draw the game. If you want to solve the puzzle, pause the video and try to solve it. Alright, so it is very important not to hurry with the white's pawn structure here, because you're being hurried with king e2 and try to go as quickly to take the d4 pawn. Black will simply can create outside passed pawn with pawn takes g4, h takes g4, and pawn h5. G takes h5, G takes h7, and black got 2 pawns, 2 passed pawn, so the white king is overload. As in chess strategy, the overload means whenever a piece is busy to do 2 or multiple object at the same time. So if the king try to stop the h pawn with the king f3, black can use the other pawn, and the white king cannot able to put the 2 pawns together. For example, king e3, and now black can push the other pawn, and finally black can immediately queen in 3 moves. On the other way, if white will try to go the other pawn, then d2, king h4, and the queen with the d5. So that's why white must block the position anyways. So the move should be after, let me go back, yeah, so after this, in this position, you should block the position carefully with pawn to g5, and black goes king to f7, king e2, king e6, king d3, king d5, and it is already white is winning. Can you find the win? Yes, this is e6, because after king takes e6, king takes d4, and now white can enter the position because now black has no other move. The king has to move away and white will get the position. Or if king goes to d7, king e5, king e7, now we have the beautiful move to taking out the opposition with simply waiting move on h4, and you can infiltrate either side. Going back, so after g5, white is simply win. Our last and the final position here. Once again, you can see we have 3 pawns and black got 4 pawns. So because this pawn is like going nowhere. So white to play and draw the game. Very important. So if you want to solve the puzzle, pause the video right away and try to think. Okay, if you get the answer, very nice, good job. Now to draw the game is very important to be active with the king, because you can't save the pawn, so rather you can use your king to infiltrate in their position. As you know, that is called infiltration. Alright, so we can decoy the king and get our king inside the camp. So we can need to play, the only move is pawn to c7, and after king takes c7, you can now go inside in black's territory with king to e5, targeting the very weak pawn. But it is actually a draw. With correct play, black must push the pawn to f4 and captures everything. Black should be able to hold the game in while meantime, because this is a theoretical draw since white cannot promote the h pawn. And after h6, king j8 and king h8, if white try to hold with the pawn with king h6, it will be a stalemate. This is theoretical draw. With the rook pawns, is if the opposing king can timingly can reach the promotion rank, it will be a draw. And if after h6, king h, white will go after the other pawn, the black king will be in time to go to the promotion square. So king f5, king takes h7, king e5, and let's see the king will approaching on their desired position, and finally you can see king can access the promotion corner, so it will be an easy draw. Black will do just nothing, just wait and see, just go back and forth between these two squares, and after, very important, you just go back to again on the h square, and this is a draw. So yeah, this is the 3 puzzle. I thought I need to share with you. Very important, the endgame is very important. So whatever you're doing, make sure you study the endgame very well. And mainly the basic like zugzwang, opposition, waiting moves, such kind of strategy is very important. Yeah, that's it for today, and I'll try to come up with a brand new 1 second different kind of puzzles in my next video. So stay tuned, goodbye, and thank you for watching this video. See you.